When you're talking about life and love and spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ chapter by chapter and verse by verse, life is one day at a time.com. Welcome to Life is One Day at a Time.com. I'm Minister Chestnut. Thanks for joining me again on another day of life and another day of love to live in His riches and glory. But first, I'd like to wish you grace, mercy, and peace. We continue with Luke's Gospel in chapter 21. Jesus and his disciples are communing in the Last Supper, and he told them that one of you here at this table is going to betray me. And we know who it is. Let's continue in Luke's Gospel. In verse 21, but behold, the hand of him that betrayeth me is with me on the table. And truly the Son of Man goeth as was determined, but woe unto that man by whom he is betrayed. They began to inquire among themselves which of them it was that should do this thing. And there was also a strife among them, which of them should be accounted the greatest. And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. But you shall not be so. But he that is the greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he that is chief as he that does serve. For whether is greater, he that sitteth at meat, or he that serveth? Is not that he that sitteth at meat? But I am among you as he that serveth. And you are they which have continued with me in my temptations. And I appointed unto you a kingdom, as my Father has appointed unto me. As the Father gave it to Jesus, Jesus gave it to his disciples, is what he's telling them. That you may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and sit on my throne judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Now this is what's going to happen in heaven after when Jesus comes back and takes control over this earth. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thou faileth not, and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. And he said unto him, Lord, I am ready to go with thee both into prison and to death. This is Peter talking now, and we know what he's going to do. Jesus already told him that he prayed for him, that the devil wouldn't sift him as wheat. And he said, I tell you, Peter, the cock shall not crow this day before that thou hast twice denied me that thou knowest me. And he said to him, when I sent you without purse and scrip and shoes, lack you anything? And they said, no, no thing. And said he unto them, now he had purse, let him take it likewise his scrip, and he had no sword, let him sell his garments and buy new. So what is he talking about? He said, whatever you got, take with you, trust in me that I will take care of you. That's basically what he's saying. For I say unto you that this that is written must yet be accomplished in me. And he was reckoned among the transgressors, for the things concerning me have an end. Say he was crucified with transgressors, one to his right and one to his left. And they said, Lord, behold, there are two swords. And he said to them, it is enough. And he came out and went as he was wont to the Mount of Olives. And his disciples also followed him. And when he was at the place, he said unto them, pray that you enter not into temptation. And he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast. But far as you can throw a stone, that's how far he was away from them. He knelt down and prayed, saying, Father, if thou wilt be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. And then there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling to the ground. And when he rose up from prayer and was come to his disciples, he found them asleep for sorrow. And he said unto them, why sleep ye? Rise and pray, lest you enter into temptation. And while he yet spake, behold, a multitude, and he that was called Judas, one of the 12, went before them and drew near unto Jesus to kiss him. But Jesus said unto him, Judas, betrayest thou the Son of Man with a kiss? And when they which were about him saw that would follow, they said unto him, Lord, shall we smite with the sword? And one of them smote the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear. That was Peter. He was quite a swordsman. And Jesus answered and said, suffer you thus far? And he touched his ear and healed him. And then Jesus said unto the chief priests and the captains of the temple and the elders which were come to him, be ye come out against a thief with swords and staves? When I was daily with you in the temple, ye stretched forth no hands against me, but this is your hour and the power of your darkness. But this is your hour and the power of darkness. And they took him, and led him, and brought him to the high priest's house. And Peter followed afar off. And when they had kindled a fire in the midst of the hall, they sat down together, and Peter sat down among them. But a certain maid beheld him as he sat by the fire, and earnestly looked upon him, and said, this man was also with him. And he denied him, saying, woman, I know him not. And after a little while another saw him, and said, thou art also of them. And Peter said, man, I am not. And about the space of 1 hour after, another confidently affirmed, saying, of a truth this fellow was with him, for he is a Galilean. And Peter said, man, I know not what thou sayest. And immediately while he spake, the cock crew. And the Lord turned and looked upon Peter. And Peter remembered the words of the Lord, and how he had said unto him, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me twice, or 3 times. And Peter went out and wept bitterly. And I'm out of time. We'll continue this next week as we continue in another episode of Luke's Gospel on lifeis1dayatatime.com.
If you want a marvelous Monday, terrific Tuesday, wonderful Wednesday, thankful Thursday, faithful Friday, super Saturday, or spiritual Sunday, all you gotta do is to activate, live your life for the glory of God. That's right, to activate a marvelous Monday, a terrific Tuesday, a wonderful Wednesday, a thankful Thursday, a faithful Friday, for the glory of for the glory of for the glory of for the glory of to activate, live your life To activate, live your life. Life is one day at a time. If you want a marvelous Monday, terrific Tuesday, wonderful Wednesday, thankful Thursday, faithful Friday, super Saturday, or spiritual Sunday, all you gotta do is to activate, live your life for the glory of God. That's right, to activate a marvelous Monday, a terrific Tuesday, a wonderful Wednesday, a thankful Thursday, a faithful Friday. To activate, live your life. To activate, live your life. Life is one day at a time. If you want a marvelous Monday, terrific Tuesday, wonderful Wednesday, thankful Thursday, faithful Friday, super Saturday, or spiritual Sunday, all you gotta do is to activate, live your life for the glory of God. That's right, to activate a marvelous Monday, a terrific Tuesday, a wonderful Wednesday, a thankful Thursday, a faithful Friday. To activate, live your life.
Well, this turned out to be very, very good. I was expecting great things to happen today, and it turned into cash money.
Life is one day at a time. If you want a marvelous Monday, terrific Tuesday, wonderful Wednesday, thankful Thursday, faithful Friday, super Saturday, or spiritual Sunday, all you gotta do is to activate, live your life for the glory of God.
How hard is it for everyone everywhere to come together and pray? Stop, take a minute, pray, rejoice. Don't forget, Life is One Day at a Time.com comes on every week with Minister Chestnut, live and in living color. So be there every week, because Jesus is our rock. Jesus is our rock.